Everybody. I do hope that you all had this awesome weekend and a great start to your week. You know, it's hard to believe that today, when I looked at the calendar, it's the 1st of February. It's crazy. You know, it just seems like yesterday we celebrated Christmas, but here we are getting ready to see if Phil will see a shadow tomorrow at Cobbler's Knob on Groundhog Day. Now, hopefully it will be an early spring for us all. If not, you know what? It's time to fire that furry critter from Punxsutawney. I've had enough of that guy. You know, our devotion for today comes from the book of Psalms. Psalm 122, verse 1 to be exact. And it reads like this. It says, "I was glad when they said to me, 'Let us go into the house of the Lord.'" You know, this passage came to mind this past weekend as I was sitting in the chancel of the parish leading us in worship. And as I sat behind the altar looking out, I thought, what a joy, right? What a joy it is to be attending church with my faith family. Why? Because it's the nourishment my soul needs as I begin each new week. But here's the thing. It wasn't always like that, especially during my younger years. You see, Sunday mornings always meant worship in Sunday school growing up, but when I was growing up. But there were Sundays when I really didn't want to go. You know, every Sunday, right, my mother would come into our bedroom that I share with my older brother Ray, and she would turn on our light, she would kick our bed, and she would say this, "Get up, get ready, it's time to go to church." Now, to be sure, we never missed a Sunday. To be perfectly honest, we didn't have a choice. You know, see, if my brother and I even tried to get out of going, my mother's rule was pretty simple. If you don't have time for God, you don't have time for anything else the rest of the week. And you know what? My Swedish mother, she meant it. No sports, no friends, no TV, and no Atari, right? Atari, remember that? You know, looking back, though, I'm grateful that my mother saw to it that our family attended church. You know, she really took our baptismal promises very seriously when she promised to God to raise her family in the Christian faith and life. Now, some weeks were easier than others to get up and go, but go we went no matter the circumstance. And there at Trinity Lutheran Church in Connellsville, my family, along with our faith family, we worshiped an awesome God who brought joy, comfort, and hope whenever and whichever we needed the most that day. You know, thinking about all of this reminded me of the story found in the book of 1 Samuel, where a woman named Hannah spent years praying for a child. And when God granted her request, Hannah knew that her little boy Samuel was a gift from God. So she kept her original promise to the Lord and gave her son back to God. You see, Samuel, he literally grew up in God's house. And that's where Samuel first learned to hear the voice of God. Spending time in the presence of God then gave Samuel, right, this opportunity to hear from God. You know, years later, Samuel became a prophet who anointed David as king. The same David who wrote, "I was glad when they said to me, 'Let us go into the house of the Lord.'" It all came full circle. Hannah's faithfulness in making sure Samuel was spending time in God's house had an impact on one of the greatest kings to ever live. You see, the point is, as one person writes, they said this, "The seeds of time we sow now in going to church will reap a harvest greater than we may ever know in our lives and in the lives of our friends, our family, and children." And what a truth that is. You see, so often I have had people share with me how grateful they are that they were raised in the faith, a faith that has sustained them in all the seasons of their lives, a faith that was shared by someone who really loved them a lot. So my friends, whatever obstacle comes your way this weekend or whatever weekend, whether it be a hectic week that has just ended, a teenager who wants to just sleep in, or something much deeper that keeps you from worship, may God give each of you the strength and direction you need to spend time with God. To say like King David, "Let us go into the house of the Lord." I believe that you'll be glad that you did. My friends, I want you to have a blessed week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you either at Hope Church on Sunday mornings or Saturday nights, or of course online this weekend. In the meantime, be well, be safe, and as I like to say, always be the church. God bless you, my friends. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.